What is the correct way to pronounce your stage name?
FSO Dinero. $O Dinero.
People ever mispronounce it?
Yeah. They be like, for so Dinero. I'm like, yo, like, come on.
People misspell it?
Yeah, they spell Dinero wrong. It's like, I don't know no other way to spell Dinero, so how the hell you spell Dinero wrong?
People ever spell FSO without the $sign too?
Yeah, sometimes they'll put just a regular S, but you know.
Do you notice people mispronounce your name or misspell it more, overall speaking?
I could say misspell, I guess.
Do you correct people when they're wrong?
Yeah, sometimes depending on who.
Why not all the time?
Because I ain't gotta correct everybody, you know, sometimes you gotta let people be.
Anyone ever felt some type of way when you did correct them?
It depends on who the person is. Somebody might feel something for me. They might feel disrespected by getting corrected, but somebody else might take it like, you know, good looks. You're looking out for them.
Nothing ever got physical though.
Nah, you know, life.
Now, when it comes to your stage name, give me the story behind it. How did you get it? That whole scenario there.
From back then, me and my dogs, we were playing around making music and everything. And then, you know, we were trying to find our names. We were trying to see like what makes sense when you say it all together, like if it hit. And I ran to like 2 different names. And then that one, the FSO Dinero right there, I was like, when I heard that, I was like, yeah, that's him. That's it.
What was the other name?
I had Tino No Lacking. That was throwback though, but I had that and first well it was FSO. I just had FSOD, and then Dinero. You feel me? That right there stuck to me. It sounded great.
So is there actual music under the throwback name or FSOD or?
Nah, when I started releasing, well, there's actually a song. I don't know if it's still up. It was under a different name though. I don't know if it's still up actually, but when I started like releasing music, like for real, it's FSO Dinero.
What was the other name?
It was Tino No Lacking.
Oh, okay. So could be a song out there under that.
Yeah, it could be. I'm not sure. Old as hell. That's probably when we used to record off the phones in school.
Middle school, high school?
Yeah, in like middle school, high school.
What middle school you go to? What high school you go to?
I went to Rickards and I went to Northeast and Plant High School.
2 different high schools?
Yeah, I went to 2 different high schools.
What was the reasoning behind that?
I used to play sports, so when I kind of made the move, I'm like, fuck it. I might as well go to Plant, play ball, and hey. But I stopped playing sports my senior year though.
Why?
My knees, man. That was not my life, man. It was not for me. When I had to be real myself. Waking up 5 in the morning, doing practice and everything like that. I knew in the long run,
What was wrong with your knees?
Well, from back then, you could have played ball. I guess like my knees was growing so fast. And I was growing fast, and they say that something else grew. I had like Osgood-Schlatter at my knees, and like it got some type of little extra hump. You know, it just be hurting a lot. So I knew ball wasn't for me. You run all the damn time.
So you were playing in pain?
Sometimes. But it used to give me stuff, so it's like I wouldn't feel anything when I'm playing.
Treatment?
Yeah. After I finished playing, it be lock up on me and shit.
What does that mean when it locks up exactly? What happens?
Like my legs just get stiff. I could barely bend it and everything. I could hardly move. I'm walking like I'm 76 or something.
Did both knees ever lock up? Did both legs ever lock up at one point, or was just one or the other?
It was one at a time. It's like this one, my right one will hurt one day, and then the next one, my left one. Sometimes it'll be both. It depends if I hit them or something like that, but other than that.
Prior to senior year, you were on varsity?
Yeah.
Were you a starter?
Yeah. I started some games, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna make it seem like, you feel me? Yeah.
And why that? Why would some you start and then some you wouldn't?
Because at first I had to get my grades right.
And what position?
Point.
And what jersey number?
I had 11. I had 11 and 1.
Any meaning behind 11 and 1?
Well, I had 1 over there at Northeast at Plant. When I went over there, I had 11. 11, I don't know. There was no meaning behind it. I just knew other NBA players that had 11, so it was like, 11 not bad. Like Jamal Crawford and shit, I was like, yeah.
So did somebody already have that jersey number, which is why you also had to switch numbers?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you inquire if you could get that number, or they wouldn't even budge on it?
Nah, he was a senior. You feel me? He was already there all 4 years. I just came to the school. So, go ahead, keep your number, man.
And when you actually switched schools, was that school trying to get you to play ball for them, or you just so happened to move and then?
It was in my area. I was going like 45 minutes away for school every morning, and that wasn't it. I was waking up too early. And then I'm coming home late as hell because practice. I was like, nah, man, let me just go somewhere closer.
And why did you go to that school originally so far away?
Cause that's where my middle school at. Most of my peoples went over there. That's where all my peoples really graduated from. So I just did the same thing they did.
You were able to graduate high school?
Yeah.
Did you further your education after that, or no, it stopped at high school?
I mean, I tested college out. Tested it out.
And how far did you go with that?
Like 3 months, 2 months.
Dropped out?
Yeah.
And what?
It wasn't for me at the time. I ain't gonna say like school not for, you feel me? Yeah, at the time, it's like ain't no point of going to college if you don't know what the hell you want to do. You just sitting in there just fucking wasting time. I get it. If you know what you actually want to do, go for it. But if you don't, it's like, you don't need playing with yourself.
And what college do you actually attend?
I was in Tallahassee. I went to, TCC. I went there for like 2 months.
And why that school?
I mean, I couldn't get in the fam. Couldn't get in the FSU. So I was like, you feel me? Let me take it step by step. That's why I went over there. And it was in Tallahassee. I was over there vibing. But I couldn't do it, man. Over there too slow. Everything is so slow. I had to go back home.
And this is a public school?
Yeah.
And do you take a break after high school, or right after high school's done, you attend college?
Right after high school was done, I went to college. Tried it out.
You live on campus or off campus?
No, off campus.
And at the time, financially, how did you afford it?
School? I mean, financial aid, ain't it?
Okay. Sometimes people get a scholarship, sometimes people get grants, sometimes it's out of pocket. And
I was not taking no loans out. I'm like, come on. This not even what I really want to do. I'm gonna go take the loan out for the hell of it and then go give it to these people. Nah, man. I'm good.
So when you say financial aid, it wasn't a loan?
Well, I could still, with financial aid, I think I could still go back to school and they'll cover my classes if I pass. But if I fail, then I probably got to come out of pocket.
And
I don't know. I think that's how financial aid go.
Before you attended that school, did it have a reputation?
Nah, I ain't know nothing about that. I ain't go there for the reputation.
Just curious. For the time that you did go, those 3 months, give me a review of that school. What did you think overall? Somebody watching this might be thinking about attending, what it's like, so just...
It was straight, It's like, School. I don't know how to really explain it. It's like going to school. You see a lot of people, you know, everybody minding their business. I guess, yeah, it's school.
What did you think of the campus?
Campus is straight. It's big, but it's straight. It's not no wow, oh my God, I'm so happy to be here. It's straight.
What about the staff?
I ain't really tap into them like that, but they straight.
The faculty?
Same with that, they straight.
What did you like, if any, the most about that school?
When it was time to go.
And what did you like the least?
Uh,
What couldn't you stand about that school?
my actual first time, okay, in college, it was my first time doing an essay, like for real, essay for real. And then, you know, I put my all into it for real. And then she tried me. The teacher tried me. I think she gave me like a 58. And I stayed up. On my first time writing like 3 pages for an essay. She gave me like a 58. I was like, nah, man. Nah.
And did they have fraternities at this school?
Honestly, I don't even know. Probably, most likely.
What was your thoughts on that?
I don't know. It was just, you just hear a lot of people like dancing and marching. It's like, okay, I guess.
Not something you were interested in.
Nah, that's not something I would do. But hey, shout out to them.
While you were at school, did people know you rapped?
Some people. I was not even like rapping that much. I had like probably 1 or 2 songs out.
Music wasn't taken serious at that time.
It kind of wasn't. Nah, it not really. It's our kind of new school, isn't it too? You know when they give you, I think they gave me money, like financial aid, something like that. They gave me some type of money, and instead of me buying my books, I bought studio equipment. And then I was like, yo, I guess let me just do, you feel me, music. I made my songs from the studio equipment from school stuff, and I was gone. I was like, yo, I'm just focused on music, man, because that's not it.
What equipment did you get at the time?
I got a mic. I got a blue, and an interface, and some speakers. That's all I needed.
And you're recording yourself, engineering yourself, so to speak?
Yeah, I was trying to record myself. It ain't sound the best, but like over time, you know, I got better and better. Or I was recording songs and sending it over to the engineers, or, you know, doing a little rough draft and going over there and doing it for real.
Curious here, did anyone attend your school end up becoming famous themselves?
I don't know.
You drop out after 3 months. Well, I said you drop out after 3 months. What was your parents' reaction to that?
Why the hell did I waste my time? You feel me? They were mad as hell. Cause, you know, they wanted me to do school shit. They wanted, you know, like every other parent would. They want their kid to go to school, you know, get it right, do it this way. But I had to be real with myself. And at the same time, you know, I love my parents and everything, but I was not gonna put myself through that just to, you know, like, make them happy, honestly. I like making them happy, but that was me more suffering. I feel like that's what a lot of people do though, because of what their parents want. They sit there and go through it the whole time, and it's like that's not what their heart not truly there. If your heart not there, then it's like, what you doing it for?
How'd you tell them?
I just said, I'm not going back.
This was over the phone or in person?
Nah, it was in person. They were mad as hell.
Looking back, did you make the right decision?
Hell yeah.
And why do you say that?
Cause look, man, me taking that money to buy the studio equipment and look, you feel me, look where it got me. I mean, shit. If I would have stayed in school and probably stayed over there, I don't know where I'd be. I don't know what I'd be doing, honestly.
Now, do you wish, though, you would have bypassed the whole college experience and just went straight to music?
Nah.
glad you got at least a little bit under your belt, just so
Yeah, you
you
know, you
had
gotta
the
try. I gotta try, son. I don't regret. That's who I am. If it made me who I am now, you know.
Did you choose the wrong school?
Probably did. Probably did. Mm-hmm.
Now, you may have answered this next question already, and if I'm being redundant, I apologize, but if you feel like you want to add something to this too, you can as well. But what did this entire experience teach you? What did you learn from all of this?
If your heart not really in it, don't do that shit. Don't do it, because you only hurting yourself.
If you could turn back the hands of time, would you have done anything different?
No.
Now, I'll save that question for later. Okay, so I want to ask you this. When it comes to your stage name, when you did change your stage name, did that hurt your brand at all?
Nah, because ain't nobody know I was a rapper or anything like that. It was just like a name that was on, you know, social media and stuff like that. And then, you know, people probably didn't even take it serious as me being a rapper.
And also when it comes to your name, Dinero, that's not your real name.
Dinero, nah. That's
Okay.
not my real name.
When it comes to recording artists, some recording artists do incorporate or use their real name with their stage name, and some don't. They stay far away from it. Was that ever a thought for you, or were you one of those people that always wanted to go by an alias or have an alias?
I mean, I thought about it, but it ain't sound right. So, yeah, another name.
What's the craziest thing, if any, that's ever happened to your stage name or with your stage name?
Sometimes people get me confused with Flip Dinero.
What happens in a situation like that?
It'd be the dumbest shit. They'll just come to me and be like, "Are you the guy who made Leave Me Alone?" And come on, Flip Dinero, FSO Dinero. I get the Dinero part, but come on.
Ever met Flip in real life?
Nah, I ain't never meet, bro.
Because of the confusion there by some, because some people also mispronounce your name, misspell it, was there ever a thought on changing your name?
Never.
And because this is not your real name, do you look at this stage name as really you? Do you look at it as an alter ego or a character, perhaps?
Me. It's me. I guess. Yeah. I don't. Alter ego, like what? I turn on a switch and one day I'm Dinero, and I turn off a switch and I'm not. Nah.
With everything considered, everything we talked about, no regret, no remorse with your final stage name choice.
Yeah, no regret, no remorse.